third place in the AFC North on the line at Heinz Field this
Kick
Sunday.
your ass, you Flyers scum.
That was last night.
I know, but I'm still
Ravens
reveling.
rivalry Sunday, guy.
Still reveling.
Focus. Steelers and the Birds coming up at Heinz Field. First of two meetings this year. Last year, Ben Roethlisberger did not play in either of these contests, guy, but they did split anyway. Charlie Batch is not available to come in and
bail him
ride
out
on the White Horse. Nope. What are you looking for Sunday?
I hate to say it, but, until last week, 4 straight teams ran for over 100 yards against the Steelers. I wouldn't be surprised if Ray Rice suddenly gets healthy and improves that 2.8 yards per carry against the Steelers defense.
Well, he's not looked sharp so far, but you're right. This is the kind of a game. Well, of course, we thought that with Penguins and Flyers, it might be one of those games that resuscitates Philadelphia, but it didn't happen Thursday night.
Kind of did. I mean, it was a lot tighter than the final score showed.
Maybe. Yeah, but right, maybe one of these types of games gets Ray Rice off and running beyond a 2.7 per carry average. That said, the Steelers, what are you eyeing on my jacket here?
Live radio,
Sports Talk. If you're nicer to people around here, you might get one of these.
Very nice.
Maybe the Steelers can be taking that same momentum and use this week for inspiration, too. It could work both ways.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that before the game yesterday, kind of similar situations. I think the fact that the Steelers are favored shows you not that people are thinking the Steelers are a better team than their record shows, but, the Ravens are in some trouble, too. They got a couple more wins and are in certainly a better situation than the Steelers, but I think this is a huge game for both teams, for either one of them wanting to move on. And obviously, the Steelers lose this, they're toast. But the Ravens could lose it and still come back, but they just haven't played good. They need to, for them to start thinking positively, they need to come up with a signature win. And I think even though the Steelers are down, they would feel that this is one if they get it.
Both offensive lines stink through the first part of the year. I think both teams would admit that and have in so many words. That said, the Steelers have probably an edge in receivers, the way Antonio Brown has been playing.
Yeah, their passing game, I think, is much better than Baltimore's right now. But the Steelers, I worry about the Steelers. Their offensive line may stink, but their defensive front has still put a lot of pressure on quarterbacks. And is this going to be a week where the Steelers' offensive line's really exposed?
Right. Kelvin Beachum has been talked up this week as an overachiever, and his size restrictions don't matter. And maybe they found something, but if he's got to go up against Elvis Dumervil and Terrell Suggs, we could be changing our tune, hearing a different tune next week on those subjects. So I think in general the vibe over there has been obviously good. I mean, upbeat. Coming off a W, but until you get out on the field and see the matchups that play out in this game, it's been such a tight game the last 5 meetings at Heinz Field in the regular season, 3-point games exactly, so kind of expecting a similar slugfest on Sunday, two teams fighting for survival.
Yeah, and the winner, I don't want to say the winner take all because the rest of the division is a mismatch too, but still, Steelers-Ravens get your attention regardless of what's at stake, but I think in a way there's more at stake here than the years where they were both 8-3, and the winner's going to be the division winner, and the loser's going to be the wild card team. Because I think the loser here could be on the way to Nothingsville.
Clint Hurdle will lead the terrible towel twirl before the game, perhaps setting up a chance of Flacco.
No, I didn't see that.
Maybe Flacco will drop the ball if the crowd starts to chant in typical fashion. Predictions sure to go wrong. I mean, this is one of those games. It's hard to predict. I mean, it's going to be a tight game, and could go any way.
It's still a Steeler team that has one win against a lousy Jets team, in my opinion, and a Baltimore team that I think is better than the Steelers right now. So you want to give me points for Baltimore? I'm sort of leaning. I might change my mind by the time we pick pork. I always do. It's like the waitress. You think you're going to order something, and then when she comes to your table and finally says, "What do you have?" and then
that's why you're in last place in the standings.
You're right, because I can't make a strong pick.
That's why the Steelers are in last place.
Every time the wind blows, I change my mind.
Steelers and Ravens Sunday. Ken and Guy, weekdays here on Trib Live Radio.